This is just going to be a real short overview of some of the basic features of Evernote just to get you started. When you open Evernote, this is what your window will look like. On the left hand side are your different notebooks. In the middle are notes that have been created. You can see I have 577 notebooks in all of my notebooks combined. And then on the far right hand side is whatever note is selected here. So easily remove image background, there's that note. If I click on this, it's free technology for teachers, and so forth. So that's the basic layout here. And then if you want to add a new notebook, you go up here to Notebooks and right click and choose Create Notebook, or you can go to File, New Notebook, and create a notebook that way. So I'll just create a new notebook. We'll call it Training. And in general, you want these notebooks to be synchronized. That means they'll be available to you across all of your devices. You could create a local notebook, but what that's going to mean is that notebook just is on the computer you're creating it on. And honestly, if that's what you need to do, then just make a folder on your computer. There's no reason to put it in Evernote. It just complicates things. So in general, you want things to be synchronized. You have an option to make it your default notebook if you want to, and then say OK. And so now I've got my new notebook called Training, and you can see there are 0 notes because I've just created it. If I want to create a note, then I can come over here to New Note and create a new note. And it's a word processor just like any other word processor. You have the basic things that you normally have, and then you have a drop-down arrow with some more formatting. You can't see it all in this video because it's being cut off, but there are other things. You can attach documents, you can have checkboxes and tables, and there's even an audio feature where you can click on a microphone and record an audio comment or note with the note. And up here is where you set the title. I suggest you always set a title. It really helps. Give it some meaning, whatever it might be. I'm going to say this is a note on 8/14/13. And there you go. And then that note now exists in my training notebook. If I want to go to a different notebook, then I can go here and find a different notebook that I might want to go to. Let's say Records of Support, and I want to go to Heathley's notebook, and then you can see the different notes that I have in Heathley. And that's kind of the basics of how you create a note in a notebook. If you look across here, this is some pretty handy stuff. This will list all your notebooks for you. This one will list all your tags, and we'll talk about tags later. This one will give you all of your notes that are web clips. So if you've installed Web Clipper on your browser, these are just my notes that I've clipped from the browser. And that can be kind of handy because if you know you got it off the internet, but you can't remember where you got it, you can filter just web clips and it'll go through all of your notebooks and find your web clips. Or you can tell it here, no, I only want web clips that are in my Tools notebook, and then it just gives you the ones that are in your Tools notebook. So it's pretty cool. Same thing with mobile. These will be everything that you've sent to Evernote from a mobile device. So a lot of these are pictures of notebooks I've taken with my smartphone and sent to Evernote. And then files are like attachments. Notes I have that either have Word docs or PDFs attached to them. So this can be a really handy way to filter things as well, instead of having to look through all of your thousands of notes to find something. Right up here is a synchronize. Evernote synchronizes on its own pretty regularly, but you can force it to sync by clicking this, and it'll spin and it'll go out to look to see if there's anything it needs to sync, like you've done on a different device or you've sent somewhere, and then it'll sync it. Here it tells you what kind of account you have. Yours probably says free right now. Mine says premium. You can add another user, or you can sign out here. This activity tells you what has happened and what's been added most recently. So it's kind of like notifications in Facebook or anything like that. It just tells you what's going on. And then Trunk takes you to add-ons to Evernote. So these are sometimes they're Evernote add-ons, and sometimes they're third-party Evernote add-ons that you can install on your computer and use to make you even more efficient than Evernote makes you by itself. And that's about it for now.